Hey guys, James from SIKKY Manufacturing. Today I'm going to show you a step-by-step installation guide on how you can install our SIKKY E30 booster delete in this E30 right here in front of me that has an LS swap. The great thing about this product is it creates a lot of clearance in the engine compartment for the LS engines as well as other engine swaps in this chassis. So let's get started. Alright, so what you see here is the base kit. Represents everything that comes in the box if you don't select to add the master cylinder when you're checking out. So you got the SIKKY adapter plate, which adapts this Wilwood master cylinder to the factory E30 firewall. This clevis that goes to the brake pedal, threads onto the back of the Wilwood master cylinder rod. The SIKKY line, which connects to your ABS pump. And then the fittings for the master cylinder line itself. So everything you need. Like I said, you can opt to buy the Wilwood master cylinder at the time of checkout to make it real convenient and get everything you need all at one stop. So next step is we got to assemble the Wilwood master cylinder onto this plate and start hooking that stuff up. Then we can get it mounted to the firewall. All right, so first step, we're going to take these nuts off and get the master cylinder on here. So this one is actually a 0.62. Find that it works really well with the factory brake system. Gives you a nice pedal feel. Pretty simple. Slide that onto the studs. This one you got to kind of pick it up off of it a little bit to get the nut started. It's a tight fit, and then once that drops on, there's plenty of room to get the nuts started. Then using a 9/16 wrench, you're going to tighten these down. And now this is actually ready to mount to the firewall. Other step, you can slide this, thread that onto the factory Wilwood rod, and this clevis is designed to fit perfectly with the factory E30 brake pedal, so makes it real easy to install and plenty of room for adjustment once we get it in there. We'll show you that in a later step. All right, as you can see, the factory brake master cylinder and booster have already been removed in this car, which is pretty much necessary to get this LS engine in. So you can either do this installation now or prior to putting the engine in. Either way, it's probably just as easy to do either one. All right, so now we're ready to install this to the firewall. So I'm going to take these nuts off so the studs are ready. And this step, it's helpful to have a second person inside the car to start these nuts once you place it in there, just to keep it from falling back out. But worst case, it is doable solo. Take a little bit of force to get it all in there, but as you can see, drops right in nice and snug. So now we got to go to the inside and install the nuts. All right, so like I mentioned, the next step, you're going to get in actually under the dash here and put these 4 nuts on, tighten it down, and you're going to line that clevis with the factory hole that's in the brake pedal arm that's coming down to the brake pedal itself. And the cool thing about this kit is it utilizes the factory brake pin and retaining clip. So once you get that clevis aligned with the hole, you're going to slide this pin through and then lock it all in with this clip that slips over it to keep it from falling out. So pretty simple design. It's too tight under there to get a camera in there and show you during the install, but we'll show you what it looks like after the installation is done correctly. All right, so next step, since the brake master cylinder reservoir actually feeds the fluid to the clutch master cylinder, we need to get this adapter fitting that is provided in the SIKKY kit mounted to the side of the Wilwood. So if you buy the master cylinder, it's going to come with this reservoir as part of the Wilwood kit, and then you're using our fitting and washer, you're going to install this. So what I like to do is take the washer that comes with the SIKKY kit, and you can place it so it's right above the O, the last O in Wilwood, and you can push it down so it's tight against those letters, because we want it to sit on flat plastic, not on the letters. Then you can take a Sharpie, trace the inside, and then you've got your drill hole. So pretty simple. You drill that out, and I got one here that's already drilled out. So once your hole's drilled, it's a bulkhead fitting, so you're going to take the crush washer, put it over the end of that fitting, slide it through the reservoir here, and then reach in and start the nut. So it takes a little bit of finesse to get the nut in here, but once you get it started, you can just turn this fitting to start getting it tight. And then it doesn't take much. Again, we're using a crush washer on this plastic tank, so you know, a couple turns on the outside here, it will seat that washer into the plastic and seal it up nice and tight. If you're a little bit concerned about it, you can always put a little bit of RTV on there, but it's really not needed, but just an extra insurance. All right, so now we're going to take the Wilwood reservoir that we just installed the fitting in, take the clamp that comes with the Wilwood reservoir, and we're going to drop this down on top of the master cylinder. It's got an O-ring on the master cylinder, so once you get it down on there, you just need to tighten the clamp and it will secure this reservoir to the master. All right, now that that's tight, you're going to take the factory line that goes down to the clutch master, and it's a little bit long, so luckily these things usually get pretty frayed up, and we're going to be cutting that end off. So take about, let's say, 2 inches off. Now you're going to take the clamp provided with the SIKKY kit, slide it over the factory hose, and then slide that onto the reservoir fitting. All right, now we're going to take the provided banjo and 2 washers, and we're going to install that on the end of the master cylinder. So make sure you get your washers on each side, like that. And then we're going to install this pointed to the driver's side. So with these, it's a crush washer fitting, so you don't need to over tighten these. You're going to get it pretty much snug like that, and really only like 1/8 to 1/4 turn and it'll be tight. You just don't want to over tighten and risk pulling the threads out of the end of the master cylinder. And now it's tight and ready to hook up the line. Okay. All right, so now we're going to get this line on the back side installed here. So just make sure you get the thread started right. Don't force it in there cross thread. It should thread in by hand. You might have to finagle the line around a little bit till it lines up. So once we thread that one down, we're going to snug this up. And then we can move on to the front port. All right, same process on the front. We get in here and line this up with the hole. And then tighten it up. All right, so that's it for the install. As you can see, pretty basic and easy to do. Everything goes right together. The last step you'd obviously want to do is bleed the actual master cylinder, and then you can adjust that clevis to get the pedal feel where you want it. Just a little bit. You obviously don't want to be riding the brakes while you're going on the road, so a little bit of free play, but you can kind of adjust the height of the pedal at the same time. So real simple install. I hope you guys enjoyed this step-by-step guide. To learn more about this product or the other products we make for your E30 or other chassis that we make kits for, log on to SIKKY.com or get in touch with one of our knowledgeable sales reps today.